So as a Turo host, what are some important products that you want to keep in your garage so that you can be as efficient and as quick with cleaning your cars as possible? Today, I'm going to tell you about that. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. So today I want to show you some of the best products that we use on a day-to-day basis when it comes to our rental cars that helps us be the most efficient while also making our cars look beautiful in between each of our rentals. So without further ado, whether you are a Turo host or whether you're even an auto detailer, these are fantastic products for you to buy. Now, nobody has paid me to advertise any of these products. These are all products that I use on a regular basis that are extremely helpful for me, that I think will be helpful for you too. So let's get into it. So the first product that I have is what's called a Tornator. Now, you can find this product pretty much on a lot of detailing websites. Now, I'll tell you what is great about this product. This basically has a small rubber mechanism on the inside that when you go to pull on the trigger, it will spray at a high velocity against the interior of your car. So there is a super soap that's inside of here, diluted with some water, and this basically connects to an air compressor, and you go ahead and pull on the trigger and it sprays that product onto your dashboard or onto your steering wheel or in cup holders. Now, it comes with one attachment that is made of plastic that's more of a cone shape, and it does not contain these bristles. This was available for a separate purchase. You may be able to find these possibly as a bundle pack, but I definitely recommend using the bristles because this is really good for cleaning things like air vents, or if you have something that's sticky inside of the cup holders or somewhere in between some of the crevices of the interior, these brushes will do a really good job in tandem with the spray itself to help you get into those hard to reach places. Now, again, this does require an air compressor, so I would definitely recommend investing in a decent air compressor. I carry a 20-gallon, which is a pretty big air compressor, to be honest. It takes a very long time for it to fill up with air, so that's another thing that you kind of want to think about is, do you want one of the larger air compressors that houses more air in it, or are you looking for something that might be a little bit smaller? The biggest thing that you want to look into is the air pressure itself. How much air pressure is it delivering? Because that is going to be what helps you actually get this to spray onto the interior at a nice high velocity. Now, I don't use this for every single one of my details. This is more of if the car hasn't been detailed very well in a while, like if I've just been going through and cleaning panels with a towel and interior spray, and I have not done a deep dive, then I will go ahead and pull this out and hook it up to the air compressor, and then I go ahead and start spraying every single panel inside the car from front to back. Now, if you're thinking about labor, how long is that going to take? This usually can take me, if I'm working on a car that's small, like a compact, we're looking at maybe 35 to 40 minutes tops to spray the interior. If you're looking at a car that's a little bit bigger, like maybe this one or our minivan, you're probably looking at closer to an hour, maybe a little bit more, depending on how dirty the car is. Now, like I said, there's really two situations where I would be doing this. One would be the one I mentioned earlier, where if I haven't detailed it in a while, or if the car comes back and is particularly trashed, and simply cleaning the panels doesn't take care of it. Now, the next product that I would recommend is something that you're probably going to use a little bit more frequently, which is what I usually do for most of my details. This is Chemical Guy's Total Interior Cleaning and Protection. This is usually my go-to for almost every one of my in-between cleanings. I will usually pour this into a spray bottle and I will spray it onto a towel and I will wipe down all of the panels. I wipe down the steering wheel, I wipe down the doors, I wipe down basically any piece of plastic that you can find inside the car. I am spraying the towel and I'm wiping the panels with that wet towel that contains this cleaner on it. This stuff does a fantastic job. I have had it cleaning everything from sunblock, to dried up drinks, or food getting stuck inside the car, or even if it's something like finger oils. Sometimes a car may come back and it's a little bit greasy on the steering wheel. This does a really good job of cleaning all of that off. So again, this is the Chemical Guys Total Interior Cleaner and Protectant. And again, as I mentioned before, I am not paid to endorse these products. These are products that I am using on a daily basis on my cars that is extremely helpful and I feel would be helpful to you. Now, along the same lines of Chemical Guys, I also use their glass cleaner. I'm typically using that on the inside glass. I do sometimes use it on the outside glass, especially if there are bugs or something on the window and I need to get those cleaned off. I will pour basically both the interior and the glass cleaner in separate spray bottles, and I carry those with me at all times. So the other product, as I mentioned, Chemical Guys Glass Cleaner, it does a really good job. It's a very streak-free shine. You can grab 2 microfiber towels, one to kind of soak up the wet part when you first spray it, and then a second one to kind of get rid of all the extra kind of dampness that's on the glass, giving it a nice streak-free shine. Now, my next product is something I've mentioned before on this channel, but I wanted to give it a little bit more praise and just talk about why this is so important for me as far as the product that I want to carry at all times with me. This is called Bugs and All Multi-Purpose Vehicle Cleaner. There are many reasons that you would use this product, but the primary reason that I use it is for the bugs. This basically comes in a smaller bottle, and they also supply you with the sprayer. You basically take the smaller bottle, you pour it into here, pour however much you need in there, and then you dilute it in water. Once that is done, you spray this onto the front of the car or onto the windshield or even onto the mirrors, and it will literally melt the dead bugs off of the car. You can have it sit there for about 2 minutes and just kind of let it do its work, and then you just go through with a microfiber towel and dry it all up. Now, a lot of times I will use this prior to taking the car to the car wash. This way, once the car is run through the car wash, there's no streaks on the front. There is a possibility that you can get some streaking from this if you don't fully dry it up. So I don't really concentrate too much on making sure that all the streaks are gone. I just want to make sure that the bugs are gone from the front end of this car and that there are not any paint chips. And then once that's done, I go ahead and run it through the car wash, and you literally would never know that this car was on a long road trip or wherever somebody had ended up taking the car to. Now, the next thing I would recommend investing in is some sort of a bag that you can take with you, especially if you're planning on doing things like, airport deliveries, so that you can kind of store things inside of here and be able to take it with you. Now, inside of this bag, I purchased this one from Chemical Guys, but inside of this bag is all of the 3 products that I mentioned as far as the glass cleaner, the interior cleaner, and the bug cleaner. I keep that in here, as well as extra microfiber towels, so this way I can run these cars through the car wash, and I will have this bag with me so that when I go to pull into the bay to go ahead and start vacuuming it, then I take this, pull out some microfiber towels, dry up the door jambs, vacuum out the car, and go through and clean the panels. I also will sometimes use this to store extra keys, so if I'm planning on going to the airport and I know there are a couple of cars that are sitting up there, I will go ahead and store a couple of keys maybe inside of this bag, or sometimes I carry it on me. But it's just good for you to have kind of a one-stop shop for you to refer back to, for you to be able to use as you're doing road trips, because as has happened to me many times before, I have gone to the airport, forgotten something, and I always wish that I brought this bag with me. So this is a must-have for me when it comes to my deliveries, because if I need to do some sort of last-minute cleaning, I'm able to open this bag up, grab what I need, and take care of it. Now, another product that I don't use maybe quite as often, but is, I think, still very important for you to have, is one of these air blowers. I'm going to leave a link to all of these in the description below so you can see where to purchase these products. But this one I purchased on Amazon. Basically what it does is it hooks up to a power outlet. There's a plug right on the other side here. And once you turn this on, it will blow out high velocity air, just like kind of like what the air compressor would do, but it's a little bit more of a wide nozzle. So what I would use this for is something like if I pull out my rubber floor mats and I hook up a pressure washer, spray it down, and I want to dry it completely, I will use this product. I will plug it in, turn it on, hold the floor mat up against the wall, and I will blow off all of the water so that I can go ahead and put that right back into the vehicle. I don't have to wait for the floor mats to dry. I've used this for other purposes too, like if you're planning on doing a full detail of your car, then you can use this to blow out crevices and get all of the water. Obviously, when you wash a car, sometimes water is still coming out from different places, whether it's inside of, you know, a trim panel or a window or a door jamb. This will help you blow everything out so that when the car is dry, it is truly dry. But 90% of the time, I'm using this product on the rubber floor mats if I am planning on pressure washing them and cleaning them off completely. Next, we have the Milwaukee M18 portable vacuum cleaner. So this is a battery powered vacuum cleaner that I actually just recently purchased over this past month, and it has actually helped me in more ways than one. I'm able to take this with me to other locations and be able to vacuum a car without having to go to a physical car wash. There are times that I'm going to be in the middle of doing this at night, and if I need to, I will pull this out so that I can still get the job done that I need to get done and not have to worry about vacuuming somewhere in the middle of the night or vacuuming at a car wash or worrying about the car wash being open. So a lot of times I'm maybe going to the airport parking lot, which is secured, and I can use this vacuum over there. And now we're sort of getting into the nitty gritty. I showed this in the video where I was cleaning the Journey. This is an Ozone Machine. This is an absolute must-have if you're a Turo host and you are renting out cars. There is very likely going to be a chance that somebody is going to smoke or there's going to be some kind of a smell in your car. And this does a really good job of removing those smells. Basically, you plug this into an outlet, you set the dial to whatever you would like to have it set to, and you kind of leave it in there, set it and forget it. You can turn the car on and put the AC on recirculating air. And that can sometimes filter things out. And then after doing that, then you can go ahead and let fresh air into the car, or you can let the car sit in the sun for an hour or so. And a lot of times those smells will go away, mostly because of this product. And last but certainly not least, there are two important products that I want to highly, highly recommend that you keep with you while you have a Turo fleet. One of those is this. This is a tankless air compressor, and it is made by a company called Fantic. Basically, what this does is once I turn the power button on, it will allow me to set air pressure to whatever I would like to have it set at. I would use the other end of this to hook onto the valve stem of the tire, and it tells me what the air pressure is on the tire. Now, I really like this product because it is portable, it is easy to carry, I can do a lot of things with it, and I can just carry it in a bag, and I don't have to worry about powering up an air compressor, waiting for it to fill up with air. This does the job. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how this product works. So right now it is set at 50 PSI. If you look at the recommendations for what the tire pressure is supposed to be on this car, it's supposed to be at 36. So I'm just gonna push this down arrow and I'm gonna lower it to 36. And it will flash and then tell you it's ready to go once it stops. And I'm gonna go ahead and attach the dial onto the valve stem. And once I've screwed that on, you'll see that there are now two numbers on here. The top one represents what the tire pressure actually is on this tire and what is recommended or what I have set it to. So then I'm just gonna push this power button. And it is relatively, although it may sound a little bit loud, it is relatively quiet. So it's actually not as bad as an air compressor per se. And then once this fills up with air, sometimes it does give it like 1 extra PSI of air, which is fine because I'd rather have that extra PSI for when I go to remove the top from the valve stem. But you'll see it continue to fill up. And it officially quit. So now I can go ahead and remove this from the valve stem. And then I can go ahead and put my cap back on my tire. And just like that, this tire is now filled with air. So as luck would have it, as I was in the middle of recording this video and resetting my camera, it decided to blur the last part of the video. So for this last part, you get a voiceover. The last product that I would recommend is also made by Fantic, and it is a jump starter. It has capability to do so much more than just jump starting a car. It has a lot of power to give, and it is an essential product for you to have when you are tending to a fleet, or even if you just want to carry it for your personal cars. It is actually a really good product. I will include a link to it in the description below, and you will be able to find all of these products that I mentioned in this video in the description. In the next video, I'm going to take you through an absolute nightmare of an oil change and tire rotation that I did on a car that I bought from none other than, you guessed it, Carvana. So be on the lookout for that and much more. We plan on bringing a lot of content to the channel over the next few weeks. But if there is anything that you want us to cover and you would like to see how the process works, or you would like to learn more about something, please let us know by leaving a comment down below. And if you like this content, please subscribe. That is going to do it for today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to visit AchooRentals.com if you would like to rent a vehicle, anything from a small compact car like a Chevy Spark to a big minivan. Have a great day and a great week, everybody.